Hello, this is Uncle Tats. I'm here with the Mazda on Pinstripe Express and NFE from the Strike Zone, and we are coming to you to let you know that changes are coming, not just within the Yankees, but for our channels respectively. And we are here to also let you know that NFE, our brother, is now going to be an official part of the Pinstripe Express going forward, and we are very happy to have him as part of our family. He always has been, but now he is going to have a head seat at the table. So we wanted to let you guys know that right off the cuff. NFE, how are you feeling about your expansion with your channel and getting into more of the YouTube Yankee community?
You know, Tats, first off, I wanted to say thank you. This is awesome. Thank you to you. Thank you, Maza,
Yep,
for
absolutely.
letting me jump on with you guys. This is awesome news. When we talked, you guys, like I was excited. I was like, let's do it.
I
I
mean,
like
you
to
should be, man.
yeah,
Should be.
I like to explore.
It's gonna expand your channel, and you're gonna get I can see now your subs are gonna double, maybe triple. I mean, because you're working with two different channels now that are expanding themselves and
Mhm.
are growing rapidly, as you've seen over the last few days. So it's only going to benefit you. And when I brought the idea up to Tats, I said, "Hey, what about NFE, man? He is always in the chat. He's always giving good takes, and he's very smart when it comes to it. And he kind of he's the yin to our yang kind of thing. So
Yep.
he's very knowledgeable about the game. So why not bring him into the fold?" And Tats loved the idea, and we ran with it ever since.
Yeah,
And
it was a no-brainer. It
it
really
really
was.
was a no-brainer.
We've been friends for a while now. The chemistry was just there, you know, and it just the opportunity that, especially at NFE, what you saw in your channel off to now, it's time. It's time to blend it all together. And I think the three of us are going to just start, taking the Pinstripe Express to that next level.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal show. We got a lot of cool guests. The panels are great,
Oh my God, the
and
guest was
bringing you into the fold. If there was ever a time, the time is now.
yeah.
And I'm happy that we're able to kind of let this friendship grow and help each other. All three channels help each other out.
Yeah, and some of the guests that Tats was referring to was we've had Scott Braun on here. I mean, former
Mhm.
MLB Network analyst. I mean, such a cool guy. We're currently talking with him now to get him back on here. Um, I mean, we've had that. We've had Dane Hubert, Chris Vitale from Ball Nine Sports, Jason Hector. We've had some of the most cool guests on this, you know, on this on this show, and you know, just so everybody knows, we are looking to expand that and reach further out to see who else we can get on here. And I can guarantee you there's going to be some good surprises in the upcoming years. So just
Yep.
be ready and hop on and enjoy the ride because we want you all here with us. NFE, we are so happy to have you on the team. And, this is the beginning of something really good for all three of us.
Yeah, again, I'm excited to be here. So, I'm grateful. Again, thank you guys for the opportunity to jump on your guys' teams. And I'm looking to grow my channel as well. It's slowly but surely getting up there. You guys know, I literally just started,
Yeah.
You just started
So-
and you're halfway to 100. I mean, that's fantastic,
Yeah.
man. You've got to be very proud of yourself.
I'm happy with that result. And, my goal, I would love to get to 100 by the end of the month. I think that would be awesome. And I'm excited to have started this channel. I'm excited to co-host. Jump on the open panels, so how I got started, was jumping on a few of the open panels, and then Uncle
Yeah.
Tats gave me the opportunity to co-host with him a couple of months ago, and that was awesome. I think I feel like we did awesome, great with that show, so got some good positive feedback on that. So, moving forward, this is what I want to do. This is something I like doing this. I like putting out the videos. I like putting out the shorts, and I'm constantly just trying to come out with some other ideas as well. And so, I got a couple of ideas in mind. I won't talk about yet, but it's something.
You gotta
It's
love
something.
the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna continue, and I will be that teaser, and I will keep people guessing, because I'm learning a little bit from these beat writers in this off season. So thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to also put out there, Tats, is, you look very comfortable behind the camera. You look very comfortable.
Yeah, you do.
You look like you've done this for 30 fucking years. I mean, you look like you're right there in the zone. And that says a lot about someone who just starts out. You look very comfortable. You look like you're right there. You look like you're calm, cool, collective. And you know what? That balances us out, Uncle Tats and myself, because we like to go off the rails, as you know. So, but it's a good thing. And, that was one of the main reasons why when we were talking about it. We said, dude, NFE is the no-brainer. That there's no better partner. And Uncle Tats was telling me that he has 3 co-hosts for the Pinstripe Chronicles, and Rob, Donald, and himself. And he's like, it's a good thing to have. And he's learned this, that if someone can't make it, at least you still have 2 more people that can fill in and do the show as well.
It does ensure that the show goes on when somebody's busy, because life is busy. It gets busy. It gets hectic. I don't think the 3 of us, I don't think there's a day where we're not working our asses off trying to put those together to give you guys the best content and the best talking points. So, but sometimes you do need to step away, and take that day off, and it just keeps the ball rolling. It keeps giving the people what they want. They enjoy the interactions with the channels, but let's give them a little teaser on a topic that we were talking about. And we're going to coordinate when we're going to do a live stream together, the 3 of us, to kind of kick it off.
Okay.
And the hot news this week was the Ohtani contract.
Yeah.
And with the deferred money and everything involved with that. And it led to the thought process of what's in the future when it comes to Ohtani's contract.
So,
what do you think is going to affect future free agent superstars? Because I think that's where this deferred money is going to come more into effect.
Yeah, I agree.
Where do you see the deferred contracts being a positive or a negative?
So I don't know if you saw the thing in the group chat I sent last night while I was at work. He's getting $2 million for the first 5 years, and then he's getting $68 million for the last 5, which is insane to think about. That it jumps from $2 million over the course of the first 5 to $68 over the last 5. So in that sense, I think deferring can be beneficial, but it can also hurt the team, because here's a prime example. Look at the Yamamoto situation. The deferred money that they have in, right? I don't care if you're getting paid $2 million for the 1 year and then another $2 million for however long. $700 million is $700 million, period. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So at the end of the day, by them doing that, it really hurt them. They hurt themselves, because it's bad, because by deferring money in the long run, you can end up really hurting your team's chances of filling needs that you need. But it can also be good in the sense that you're not paying as much. It can be either in the front end of it or the back end of it, but you're not paying as much. So that's the good thing. So how does it affect other teams? Well, it affects other teams in the sense that now in the case of Ohtani, with them deferring all of it to the back end of the deal, it gives other teams a chance, like the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Cubs, the Phillies, whoever it might be, a opportunity that they may not have gotten had they not deferred that money. And that makes sense. So if you think about how this helps, look at teams like the Cubs, the Mariners, the Rays, teams like that don't normally go out to spend and do within. It gives them that opportunity to jump into something that they could potentially say that they're never going to be able to do again. So that's how the deferred money helps in one sense. The other way that it helps is it gives the team a chance who's deferring that money to pay less in payroll. So the payroll isn't as high. But at the end of the day, when everything is all put back together and there's no more deferrals, that payroll still skyrockets.
NFE, what do you think about how this is all going to play out, pro and con?
So, like we discussed, so this would help out like the smaller market teams. I mean, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're going to sign the biggest name or the biggest star.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, the biggest names and the biggest stars, they want to play at the biggest stage. So that's where they want to be. But it does create some sort of opportunity. Now with this deferred money, what's nice about it is that, teams can continue building their team, but one way or another, that money's going to get paid out.
Yeah.
So Ohtani's going to get his $700 million, whether it's now or 20 years from now. He's getting his money. He's going to get his money, but he's going to get the rest of his money from 2034 to 2043. But then that's going to hurt I feel like in this case, it's going to hurt the Dodgers during those years. Then with all that money that they're paying out, they can't pivot to other players. So in the short term, it's a good idea. Long term, though, because you always have to think long term.
That's going to be. Oh.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say in the long term, because we have to, you have to always think long term, especially when it comes to money. It might bite them. It'll hurt them later.
Well, I think some of the things that still are yet to be defined is how this affects I don't want to say salary cap, but the tax cap with 68 million. Will the other owners be on board with this type of structure? Will they buy into it? I think that's going to be a question. And, so I think that I can see owners having a problem with this because it is going to open up a whole new situation where teams are constantly able to, like, they can stretch it for 30 years, for some players, which would cut back on the shared revenue if they're able to stay under a certain luxury tax. So now other owners are not going to be collecting as much money from other, the top market organizations. This $2 million, it's not going to push the Dodgers into the next tax bracket. So that's less percentage of shared revenue that, the Pirates might get, or the Marlins might get, small market teams in that way, the Rays, I think that's going to become an issue. I really do. The positive, along with the small market teams, I think it gives them an opportunity to structure contracts for players where they could be in on a Juan Soto. You know, when it comes to the time where Sasaki is posted, it gives them a window to be able to negotiate with some of these bigger players. Not to say that the big players want to go to the small market, but if the money's right and it's structured the way that this could be, it's like, look, whether I'm playing in Miami or New York, I'm going to make this. I can make the same amount of money. You know, especially if you're in a state where the taxes are structured differently in the state. You know, so you're seeing that. You know, and it could go all the way up into the politics of it. Are the states going to allow? You know, are they going to make a push for the MLB owners to stop it? Because now that's less taxes that they're bringing into the state. You know what I mean? So I think that you're going to, states can get back at the owners for doing this by saying no more tax dollars for stadiums.
Yep.
So, I mean, this could snowball in a variety of ways, and it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. So, I don't know how this all plays out. I wish I had a magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
You know, but this is going to bring on a whole new, all types of changes to the MLB salary structure.
Yeah, it really will. But something just broke a little bit ago. We know the Dodgers are eyeing Yamamoto. We know this, but they're also being linked to Josh Hader.
Okay, let them have him.
Yeah.
As well as Yamamoto. So they're looking to try to fill those other needs that they have, which is back of the bullpen. Because right now we don't know who their closer is, if it's Bruce Gratterall or whoever the hell they have. Corner outfields, which they still haven't figured out what they're doing with that because Ohtani can't play the field because of his Tommy John surgery. The second one. And then there are 2 starting pitchers that they need. So just something to keep in mind there. By deferring this money, like you said, it helps they can help build their team up. So that's where it is good for the team. But like you said, states could be like, no more tax money for you for your stadiums. So I see both points of views.
Yep. And if your final take on it.
I mean, my final take on it is this. I think with this deferral of payments, I think the next time owners meet with Major League Baseball, there's gonna be a conversation. I think Manfred is gonna have something to say about it, and they might have to implement a new rule to this. You know, and you mentioned Tats, like the politics of it. You know, I think I think they're gonna definitely have a say in it because it does affect the states. You know, and when it comes to money, the states like to collect their money. They want that revenue.
Yep.
And there's no way that this could be a new thing. I don't see it happening because the states have to make their money.
Yeah, you don't see it in the headlines, but you can't tell me that a lot of the taxes off of these players' salaries in these states don't get put into the budgets for the infrastructure and things like that, schools, city public parks. You know, I'm sure that it's all tied in somewhere. So states are going to get hurt they can be hurt by this if it gets out of control. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how the narrative goes. And we'll be back, and we could always come back and discuss this further.
Yeah,
but I think that's going to wrap it up on this Pinstripe Express. Again, it led off. NFE will be an official. Is now
officially your co-host.
He's a made man now on the Pinstripe Express. We'll bring it back to New York style, but we're. I'm so hyped up that you're teaming up with us.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Pinstripe Chronicles, subscribe to 4 Train Express, subscribe to the Strike Zone, hit the likes, and we just hope everybody is enjoying the off season as much as we are, as much as our nerves are high. So this has been the last stop on the Pinstripe Express. Hope everybody is enjoying their off season. We will see you next time.